welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something quite fascinating. It's about change, constant change, but specifically how our own, physical appearance shifts over time.
That's right. We've got this really interesting excerpt that talks about how we see ourselves, or maybe how we don't always see the changes.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack that a bit. This surprising idea that we're changing much more than we might feel day to day.
It really starts with that feeling of, stability, doesn't it? You look in the mirror each morning, and the face looking back seems pretty much the same as yesterday or last week. There's this comfort in familiarity.
Yeah, that's just how the source kicks off, noting that feeling, that sense that, okay, this is me, same as always, more or less.
But the twist comes quickly.
It does, because even that face you saw, say, 10 minutes ago, the source makes the point that it's already not quite the same.
Which is kind of a wild thought when you first hear it.
It is, but it gives us a really good way to visualize this. Think about old photos.
Yes. Photo albums. Or even just scrolling back on your phone, maybe 5-10 years.
Suddenly it's not so subtle anymore, is it?
Not at all. Those tiny day-to-day shifts, they add up. And you see that younger face and think, wow, okay, things have changed. It's concrete evidence.
Definitely. Why do you reckon those old photos have such a punch?
Well, it's like, it bypasses our daily adaptation, maybe. We see the accumulated change all at once instead of adjusting bit by bit.
Like watching a time-lapse video instead of just seeing the plant today.
Exactly. And the excerpt uses this idea to pose a hypothetical. What if you didn't have that constant mirror feedback?
Right. What if you lived, say, a year without seeing your reflection?
The suggestion is you might genuinely be surprised, maybe even a little shocked by the changes when you finally did see yourself, all those small alterations adding up over 365 days.
It's an odd thought. And then it pushes it even further. Get this quote, about 10 years.
The 10-year mark.
After an interval of 10 years without seeing yourself, you might not at first recognize the person peering from the mirror.
Non-recognition. It really underscores how much we rely on that slow, incremental update to our self-image. We just adapt unconsciously.
So we adjust to these tiny shifts without even realizing it's happening.
Pretty much. And that brings us to the core takeaway, really.
Which is that this isn't just about big jumps over years. It's constant. Now, the excerpt says, yet we know that the face that stares back at us from the glass is not the same, cannot be the same as it was 10 minutes ago.
Precisely. It's happening moment to moment. A continuous, subtle biological flux, even if our eyes can't register it in such short timescales.
So, summing it up, despite what our daily mirror check tells us, that feeling of a stable me, even our physical face is always subtly changing.
It is. A perpetual state of becoming, you could say.
And that leads to a final thought, doesn't it?
It does. If something as tangible as seemingly fixed as our face is in constant flux, well, what about the parts of us we can't see in the mirror?
Exactly. That's the provocation for you, the listener. Consider this. If our bodies, our faces, are undergoing this constant quiet metamorphosis, how might that mirror the less visible shifts, the changes in our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our very experiences as time goes on?
Something to mull over.
Definitely something to think about.